Forges of Ravenshire from BA Games, designed by Sam Stockton. Look at the upside down, 1 to 4 players, 50 to 100 minutes, ages 12 and up. Welcome to Ravenshire, a town renowned for its incredible blacksmiths and talented guild workers. A haven where adventurers come to commission new weapons, shields, and armor. You have come in just in time. The Forge Master has gone missing, and the Blacksmiths Guild of Ravenshire is in dire need of a new leader. Grab a hammer and some steel, it's time to forge. So here's your contents, and there is your descriptors again. So, let's get this open and see what's inside. Alright, so let's get the box opened up. First thing we have is the solo mode and optional 2 and 3 player variant. So this basically gives you a solo bot that you can add when you're playing 2 and 3 players and make it in essence a 3 and 4 player game. So table of contents, here's your component list for it. Here's its setup. All that. Then the AO's turn. And then the event cards, goods cubes, action tokens, contracts, finishes, recruiting guild members, difficulty level, scoring, and winning. Alright, next up we have the regular rule book. So the game overview, table of contents, your component list, the main board setup, the player setup, assistant cards, and then how to win, more of the assistants, starting the game, the districts on the main board, how to do the gathering phase, recruiting guild members, all the actions, production, completing contracts, finishes, end of season, scoring titles, preparing the main board for the next season, final scoring, and then a reference. Alright, so here is your insert. Those cards got a little displaced from the flippity floppity. So let's get that top part off. Let's start with these 2 trays. So inside these trays, this one you have your money and your action tokens. And then these are upgrade parts for the player boards. And then we have your purple dice, your yellow dice, and this is the badger die in that tray. Let's get that shoved off. And this one is your different mystics, your dragon scale, your ember stones, your talismans, your mithril. Then under those you have your green, more of your yellow, and then your sparkly raven die. So that's what's in those trays. Let's get that kind of shoved out of the way. Next up we have player cubes. So you got yellow, red, blue, green, which we have set off to the side because that's the colors we play. Next up, down in this one, you have priority markers. This is for the solo game. You have your scoring markers for each player. There's all those. These are more parts that you can upgrade on your player board. So your furnace, I believe it is, in your kiln, or something you saw in the rule book. But there's one of those or one set of each of those for each player. Then you have your market upgrades that the players can upgrade on their boards. We have guild member tiles. Let's just kind of give you a quick idea on these. So you have a cost, you have what it gives you or what you might want to trade for it. So there's your yellows. Let's grab the greens. So as you can see, a wide variety, and then your purples. So there's all those guild tiles. Let's get here, this is the main board. You'll see it's got the little cutouts where dice go. You have your seasons. You have your different production areas. This is going to be the display of the guild members. You have your reputation track along the bottom. And then there are 4 player boards. I'll just show you one of them because they're all the same. So this is the solo side. And then when you go inside, it is double layered. You have your little picture of your person. These are where the upgrades go when you do it there and there and there. And then these little beams go across here that you have to upgrade for you to get more guild members. Then here's where those guild members go, as I said. This is the side you activate in production. If you stick around for the how to play, you'll find all that out. These are the solo cards, like so. I do plan on doing a solo play of this, so you can keep an eye out for that. And then you can see those more in depth. Here is the first player marker. We have the upgraded one. It did come with a punch board one as well. Here are a ton of cards. I'll get these laid out to show you here in a minute. And then you have your season marker, your round tracker in essence. Alright, let me get those cards laid out for you. I'll be right back. Alright, let's start off with the items you're making. So you have weapons, armor, and shields. And your cost is over here. And then your rewards are over there. And you'll see up here, you'll see the 1 star. There's 1, 2s, and 3s. And that denotes armor, weapons, and shields. So here's all of your 1s. Jump up here. And you have your 2s. So you can see they cost a bit more. They need mystics. They give you reputation instead of action tokens and more coins. And then we come down here to your 3s. 3s up there. Still a bit more. More reputation. Some of them give you goods besides coins. So that's all of the items you're making. Then over here are your assistants that you get. These cards are double-sided, show the same thing on both sides. Then down here we have your player aids. Each person gets a set, denoted by their color on the back, like so. And then these are the titles you'll be competing for throughout the game. This one would be having 5 completed pieces of armor. You get 8 coins if you're the first person to do it. And every other person will get 4. You do check at the end of each round, so multiple people can complete it at its highest level if multiple people have that many armors, or whatever it depicts. Alright, so that's all the cards. Let me go ahead and get the game set up and show you how it plays. Here we are set up for a basic 2-player game, not using the assistants. You are going to randomly put out the dice, 1 in each spot. You'll see the little highlight, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. You're going to shuffle up your guild members, deal out 2 in each spot. You'll see the symbols are right there. You're going to put out titles equal to number of players plus 1. You're going to shuffle and distribute your contracts here from the 1-star, 2-star, 3-star, and lay out 3 of each. Each player is going to grab their player board. Their little player marker starts on the 0 level of the reputation. They're going to grab a set of upgrade tiles for these. They're going to put their bars here for the upgrades. They get 4 coins, 1 action token. They get dealt 3 number 1-star contracts, which will keep 1 and discard 2. You're going to grab your cubes and start with 1 of each resource and then put the other cubes in the 0 spot. You're going to get a die of each color, and then you're going to roll them. And then whoever has the highest total is going to be first player. We're just going to assume I am the first player. And then you can't see it, but off screen I have the set of player aid cards. So you're going to look at your contract, figure out one. You're going to possibly look over here and see if that matters at all. But you're going to choose one, and then these go face down under the deck. And then you are ready to begin. So in the gathering phase, you are going to be placing out a die, and then taking a die, and then running a guild. Before placing a die, you can use an action token. Before taking a die, you can use an action token, but then after you run a guild, you can use an action token. I will get into action tokens after I explain the board. So, when you place out a die, you're going to look for an available space. There's 2 spaces in each spot. They all start with 1 blocked with a die, you're going to put a die there and then resolve what the number is. So this is a 1. If I put it here, I get 2 ore and a mithril. Down here is 3 wood and a dragon scale, 2 leather and a talisman. This is only 1 charcoal. This is a steel. When you go here, you get to buy one of these. It doesn't matter what color die you use, you just get to buy one of those. The cost is listed here. And then when you buy it, it goes on your board in the color row that is depicted. And then with a 1, you also get a good of your choice. All the goods are listed on this card, and all the mystics are listed on this card. Because when you do a 4, 5, or 6, you get your choice of a mystic. So, if I put it, say, in the Darkwood Forest, I would increase my wood by 3. I would grab a dragon scale. And now, I will grab a die back, triggering its abilities yet again. So, we'll say I grab back this die here. So I'm grabbing a 6, so I get a mystic of my choice. We will grab us a talisman. And then we can buy one of those with the gold we have. See if we're bringing back a yellow. Might not be a bad idea to buy a yellow one. So we'll spend 1 coin. Buy this. This goes right in here. This slides down. And you flip over the next one. You then bring it back to your board and put it in the column of the same color. And then you run that column. You can do it in any order you want. In this instance, I'm going to grab another talisman. And this is, I can turn in a good to get another talisman of my choice. You're going to do this 3 times, going back and forth with your opponents. So then now they'll place out a die and take a die, and so forth and so on, until all of your dice are out there. At any time, as you're putting out dice or taking dice, you can use the market exchange. In this instance, you can spend 3 of 1 good to get 1 good, 3 mystics to get 1 mystic of your choice. You can use a talisman to adjust the die up or down by 1, either when you're putting it out or when you're taking it back. You can spend as many of these as you want. 1 does not go to 6, and 6 does not go to 1. You can spend 2 ember gems in order to get 2 goods of your choice or a dragon scale, and a charcoal to get a coin and a good of your choice. So going back and forth, then once you have, we'll just put these on here for the example, you're going to have 3 dice on your board. You are then going to move into the production phase. In the production phase, you are going to take your dice from this side of the board and put them over on this side of the board where you'll see the die locations. You're going to put all of your dice out, and then you can choose to activate the dice, or you can build upgrades, complete contracts, and you can always still use the market exchange. I'll get to build upgrades after I explain all of these locations. No matter what number die you put here, you can run one of your guilds again. The color does not matter. Even if I put a purple one here, I could run my green if I wanted. This next one gives you 2 action tokens. This next one will give you 2 goods and an ore, a talisman, a mystic, a good and an ore, a mystic, a coin, and an ore. This is 2 action tokens. This is moving up on the reputation track. When you move up there, you unlock certain things. So in the game, if anything's ever got this grayish background, that's an instant reward. So in this instance, I would get an immediate good. These spaces, here and here, allow you to start grabbing the higher level contracts. And this just gives you 4 coins. Right here is when you put a die here, you can turn as much lumber or wood as you want into charcoal, and then you get a bonus of what's listed here. So if I put this 2 here and I turn in 2 wood, that would be 2 from that, and then 3 additional charcoal. If I do it here, I get an ember gem. The steel one works the same, except you combine your charcoal and your ore. Those get combined, and then you will again get the bonus. So let me now get into the action tokens. Action tokens have multiple uses. During the gathering phase, when you're putting out dice and taking out dice, you can use them to take a contract. You can use them to wipe the row and then refill it, and then you need to take one of the contracts showing there. You also can always top deck when you gain a contract, or you can use it to just recruit a guild member without having to go to the guild halls. In that instance, you just turn this in, spend the money, and put it on your board. The other option is building upgrades. These upgrades have a cost on them. These are 2 action tokens and a coin for all 3 of these. These are an action token and just 1 coin. When you put these in, your production, your bonus, gets better on both of those. When you upgrade your market exchange, you'll immediately go up 1 on the reputation track. You now only need 2 mystics to get a mystic. Your talisman increases it or decreases it by 2. And then as you unlock these, you unlock more spots for your guild members. You're doing all this, and at any point you want during the production phase, you can complete a contract by spending the resources here, and you'll get the bonuses here. After you construct it, you can choose if you want to put a finish on it. If you want to put a mithril finish, it's going to cost you 2 mithril tokens and a charcoal, in which case you will then gain a reputation, or you can do 2 ember gems and a charcoal, and this will give you 5 extra coins. So that is in addition to whatever you spend to actually make the item. After everyone is done completing contracts, doing all the resources and so forth, you are then going to prepare or do the end of season phase. So you're going to check to see if anyone has completed a title. If they have, they are going to get the bottom listed, and then you'll flip it over, and then if in future seasons people complete it, they'll get the bottom of the 3. You're going to prepare the main board. You are going to discard these bottom tiles, bring the ones down, bring those down, and replace them. Whoever has the starting player marker is going to grab all 6 dice on the board and redisperse them, like so. It's basically similar to how you did it at the beginning of the game. The season marker will move over, first player goes to the next person, and then you're ready to start the next round, whereas everyone is taking all of their dice, rolling them for new numbers. You're going to do this over 4 seasons. At the end of the 4th season, you're going to total up all of your gold, what you've collected here. You're going to get gold based on where you are on the reputation track. Each action token is worth a coin, and then you're going to attempt to try and turn in as many dragon scales with charcoal as you can to get coins as they are endgame points. Most coins is the winner. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Keep an eye out for that solo play. If you go ahead and like, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell, you'll be alerted when that video comes up. Comment down below and let me know how you like the artwork and all the components, and maybe what your favorite component was. Until next time, cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching.